Now coming to next experiment under your lab, that is attenuation measurement. Under your lab, that is attenuation measurement, right? Now this microwave components, and we have seen different microwave components and devices under your microwave engineering subject, right? Now this microwave devices and components, and they will provide some degree of attenuation, right? Whether it is we have seen different microwave passive devices, different microwave active components under your subject, right? Now those will provide some degree of attenuation, right? Those will provide some degree of attenuation. Now what is mean by attenuation? Now how to measure that attenuation, right? Now attenuation, that is normally defined by uh, in dBs, normally defined in dBs. Attenuation in dBs, now that is given by 10 log to the base 10 P in by P out. 10 log to the base 10 P in by input power by output power, right? Now we have seen different microwave devices, right? Different microwave devices, different microwave components under your subject, right? Now all will provide some degree of attenuation, right? Now that degree of attenuation we have to measure using two different types of method. One is power ratio method and another one is RF substitution method, right? Power ratio method or fixed attenuation, both are same. Power ratio method or fixed attenuation, both are same. And you have another type method, that is RF substitution method or variable attenuation, both are same, right? Now normally attenuation is expressed in dBs. Now that is given by 10 log to the base 10 P in by P out, input power by output power, expressed in dBs, right? Now this attenuation, those can be measured in two different types. One is fixed attenuation measurement, nothing but power ratio method, and another one is RF substitution method, nothing but your variable attenuation, right? Now this is the setup one. You have two different setups in order to measure the attenuation under your power ratio method or the fixed attenuation, right? Now coming to power ratio method, right? First, in order to find the attenuation, we have to calculate input power and output power, right? We have to calculate input power and output power, right? Now for that input power and output power, that's why we are having two different setups, right? Now coming to setup 1, microwave source connected to isolator, frequency meter, slotted line, termination. CD indicates crystal detector, and that is connected to power meter, right? Now what power meter will do? It will measure the power, right? Now the microwave signal source will generate a microwave signal. That microwave signal power is measured at your power meter, that is P1, right? Microwave signal will generate a so microwave source will generate a microwave signal that is given to isolator. Now it will allow the signal in forward direction and it will block the signal in reverse direction. Now that is given to frequency meter, given to slotted line, given to normal test bench, right? So using normal test bench we are measuring the power of a microwave signal. Now that is given by P1, right? That is given by P1. P1 is nothing but your input power. P1 is nothing but your input power. We are getting input power from setup 1, right? Now coming to setup 2, for which device you want to measure the attenuation. That microwave device, any microwave device, right? Any microwave device for which you want to measure the attenuation, that is placed between your frequency meter and slotted line. If you see, say setup 2, microwave source connected to isolator, connected to frequency meter. Now connected to frequency device whose attenuation is to be measured, for which you want to measure the attenuation. Now that is given to slotted line. Now that is given to termination. Everything is same, only the difference between setup 1 and setup 2 is you are inserting a device whose attenuation is to be measured between your frequency meter and slotted line. Now this particular um, device whose attenuation is to be measured is connected between frequency meter and slotted line. There you will get a power P2, right? There you will get a power P2 from your power meter. That is nothing but output power. P2, that is nothing but output power. You know P in, you know P out, right? Now how we will calculate attenuation? Now attenuation is equals to 10 log to the base 10 P1 by P2 or P in by P2 expressed in dBs, right? Now this is about how to measure the fixed attenuation, right? Measurement of attenuation using power ratio method or fixed attenuation, right? Now this is a very easy experiment under your lab, right? Direct connection, you will get P1, and the device whose attenuation is to be measured is connected between frequency meter and slotted line. There you will get P2, right? P1 by P2 will give you the attenuation value. Power ratio method or fixed attenuation, both are same, right? Now let us see the next attenuation measurement, that is variable attenuation measurement or RF substitution method. RF substitution method or variable attenuation measurement, both are same. Fixed attenuation or power ratio method, and similarly RF substitution method or variable attenuation, both are same, right? Now if you see here also, it contains two methods. P1 from here also it contains two setups. Now microwave source, you know, it will generate the signal, isolator followed by frequency meter, and network whose attenuation is to be measured. Setup 2 from power ratio method is setup 1 of RF substitution method, nothing but variable attenuation, right? Now coming to this setup 2, you'll get some power P, right? Now this is replaced by variable attenuator. This is replaced by variable attenuator. Now this variable attenuator, it will contain a knob, right? If you rotate this, the power will vary, right? If you rotate this variable precision attenuator, the power will vary. Now whatever the power that we got in under setup 1, we have to vary this attenuator till we get that power, right? We have to vary this attenuator till we get that power, and this, through this meter we can measure the attenuation value, right? Directly through variable precision attenuator you can measure the attenuator value, right? Now these are the two setups. You have a disadvantage of power ratio method, right? You have a disadvantage, it is not used at your higher frequency, right? At power ratio method is not it won't give accurate values for higher frequencies, right? That is the main disadvantage of power ratio method. Because of crystal detector, you have a crystal detector. Now that crystal detector characteristics are non-linear, right? We have a crystal detector here, right? Now these characteristics are non-linear. Now because of the non-linear characteristics, fixed attenuation measurement doesn't give the accurate values at higher frequencies. That is the main disadvantage of power ratio method. That's why we go for RF substitution method or variable attenuation method, right? Now for the network whose attenuation is to be measured, right, that is placed between frequency meter and slotted line, right? Here you will get some power P, right? Here you will get some power P. And coming to setup 2, this network whose attenuation is to be measured is replaced by variable precision attenuator, right? And the same thing, only these two are varied. Now we have to vary this variable attenuator till we get same power. Whatever the power that we got under setup 1, the same power should get under setup 2 by varying this variable attenuator. You have to vary this variable attenuator till we get same power. That whatever the power that we got in setup 2, the same power should get under setup 2 by varying variable attenuator, right? Now from this variable attenuator you can measure attenuation value. Why you are going for RF substitution method? See, power ratio method or the fixed attenuation method, right, those won't give accurate values because of the crystal detector. Crystal detector has non-linear characteristics. Because of this non-linear characteristics, it won't give accurate values at higher frequencies, accurate attenuation values at higher frequencies. That's why we go for RF substitution method. Setup 2 of power ratio method is same as setup 1 of RF substitution method, right? And the network whose attenuation is to be measured is placed here. You will get some power. You have to maintain same power by varying this variable attenuator. Through this you can measure the attenuation. This is your attenuation measurement under your lab, right? One is your fixed attenuation measurement or power ratio method, and another one is variable attenuation method or RF substitution method, right?